Hello, today I'm here to present my INFT2051 draft project presentation. Now, as for an introduction, why do most players grow bored of exercise games? You could argue that there's very little reward or validation for the player's efforts, or even that there's also very little emotional connection to the app, such as through a lack of meaningful story or memorable characters. This makes it difficult to make exercise fun and keep players consistently motivated to achieve fitness goals. So how do we change this? Well, what is Witness the Fitness? It's an exercising-themed mobile game that uses the mobile device's accelerometer to complete in-game missions and progress through the game story. Players can randomly unlock specific playable avatars and items through this cycle, while also encouraging players to consistently exercise. Consistent feedback and acknowledgement of the player's efforts is also recognized by the game through the in-game encouragement by the NPC characters and their progression through the story. Now, for information sourcing, websites such as the Microsoft tutorials and information from the lecture slides, as well as tutorial lessons and the information we'll be learning from there will be used to cite code for this project. The visual assets such as the sprites and the images will be designed by myself and won't be sourced online. However, the audio assets will be sourced from a royalty-free site such as Incompetech for the music and Sound Bible for the sound effects. Required resources. The game will be written in C# using Visual Studio 2019, and it'll be using the Xamarin framework. Visual assets will be created by myself in Clip Studio Paint and Sprite, while the sound assets will be recorded online from royalty-free sites and edited using Audacity. I've also got some potential technical problems and solutions here. For starters, integrating a fitness app will require physical testing to determine the accessibility of challenges. To counteract this, I intend to use a wide array of test users ranging from beginner to intermediate to advanced. Also, the app requires accurate accelerometer results. For this, I'll be conducting test runs on several real phone models to determine the accuracy of each accelerometer. The gameplay should be dynamic and engaging, not gimmicky and repetitive. For this, I intend to use frequent playtesting and feedback to improve the user experience. And an accelerometer is required to use this app. For this one, a warning will be included on the App Store page and for this app, and also on the app's loading screen. Also, here's a flowchart of my program at the moment. This is the home menu. So for starters, it's going to configure the permissions such as the step counter and notifications. Then you've got the title screen. From there you can select new game where it plays the opening cutscene and then goes to your save file. Or you can go load game, select save file, and then after that, it'll ask if the if the player has walked with their phone. If yes, it'll add the rewards to the save file based on the amount of steps taken, and if not, it'll just allow the player to load the save file menu. And from there, they can either begin the gameplay loop, or they can access the options such as adjusting sound and erasing the save file data. From the gameplay loop, it's pretty simple. If the player passes the level, it'll add the rewards to the player's save file and the player advances to the next level. If not, it just goes back to the load save file menu. And here's a little bit of a mock-up of the home screen at the moment. I went with sort of a simple and cartoonish sort of look. Minimal colors. I had a green because green is sort of like healthy and all that stuff. And I didn't want to overwhelm the users because I find with a lot of fitness apps, people tend to get overwhelmed and think that it's a very serious app. This is a very fun app. And I think that my design sort of represents that sort of thing. As for the minigame, I've got a flowchart for that. So they'll begin the level, it'll play the cutscene, and the player will select from a list of challenges. It'll begin the gameplay loop, and for the gameplay loop, has the player met the step count within the allowed time? If not, it goes back to the challenges. If yes, missions complete. Are all missions complete? If not, go back to the list of challenges, and if so, they'll be given the rewards, and those will be added to the game save file. And this is what the design of the minigame looks like. As you see, I've got all of my assets drawn by myself. I've drawn this screen right here with all of the text boxes, and you'll be able to see on one of the text boxes it has the player's dialogue, and they'll also have their time, the current mission, and the progress for the mission. So that pretty much wraps up my presentation. I look forward to reading all of your feedback. Thank you.